Maddie stopped reaching out to me. Might have been COVID or I have no idea what was going on, but she quit reaching out to me.
Maddie doesn't call him because of his behavior lately. She's like, I don't know what to do with him. I don't know who this guy is, so...
Kody, the victim, Wynn Brown, just can't seem to grasp the concept of F***CK around. Find out. Still stuck in his prehistoric ways, he hasn't quite evolved beyond his Neanderthal tendencies. It's always someone else's fault, never his. My children don't reach out to me, he whines. Their mothers poison their perception of me. Newsflash, buddy. You're a raging asshole, not a misunderstood saint. Let's talk about Maddie. Like the rest of the kids, she was probably pissed at Janel for a long time. But out of respect for Janel and the other moms, Maddie kept quiet, played nice, and went along with the whole peace for the sake of peace act. She wasn't about to stir the pot for things she barely understood. After all, it's not like Janel or Christine were poisoning the kids against Kody and Robyn. But now, there's no reason to keep pretending that Kody and Robyn's words and actions are okay. Maddie, along with the others, can finally see everything on TV, and they've heard the nasty things Kody and Robyn have said to them. No more excuses for their behavior. Maddie's made it clear she doesn't want that toxicity in her home, and you know it kills Kody that Maddie's husband Caleb is totally uninterested in having any kind of relationship with him. There was clearly some weird bromance going on between those two, but Kody just doesn't get it. Maddie stopped reaching out to me, he moans, acting like he's the victim here. Seriously, Kody, it's not that the adult children won't reach out to you, it's that you won't reach out to them. Relationships are a two-way street, especially when you're the father of these kids. Why can't you make the effort? Oh, right, because that might require some self-awareness. This particular hit him hard, though. Maddie was one of his favorites, and the idea that she could see fault in him seemed to completely rattle him. He just couldn't fathom the notion that he might actually be the problem. And let's not forget how he threw Maddie under the bus when it came to Christine. Maddie told him that Christine wasn't happy and had been unhappy for a long time. But instead of listening, Kody ran straight to Christine and told her exactly what Maddie said. And of course, Kody twisted the words, using them as ammo to hurt Christine. Kody is playing mind games, and the worst part? He used his own daughter as a pawn to settle a score with Christine. Screw Kody and his manipulative tactics. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel reality Nexus X. Kody sighting. There he was, hawking random gun parts at the Phoenix, Arizona gun show with his brothers. Classic. But seriously, what happened up top? That hairline's practically waving goodbye. No more skin headband. Now it's just some antenna-like strands at the front, and a sad shower curtain hanging at the back. Robyn must be thrilled when he tries to put the moves on her. Go ahead, girl, take that prize, you've earned it. Honestly though, it's time to retire the long hair. Hear me out, Bret Michaels scarf. It's a good look, Kody. The skullet's bad enough, but those little noodle curls on top. More embarrassing than those 90s prom hairdos with the two dangly side curls. And it looks like he gave up on the curly girl method and ended up with a frizzy, fried disaster. Yikes, Kody's reaction to his divorce is honestly outrageous. I mean, aside from the general psycho-ness of Kody, his reaction to Christine leaving is just absurd. I'm seriously getting sick of him showing up in confessionals, talking about how he's in a dark place and thinking dangerous things he never thought he'd be capable of. It's like he keeps dropping hints of violent or hateful thoughts toward Christine, and frankly, it's shocking. She's one of the mothers of his kids, and he's saying this on national TV. I know we all agree that Kody's terrible, but somehow I'm still taken aback by how far he'll go in airing his dirty laundry about her. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm not married, and my parents are still together, but it seems like Kody is way out of line, even for him. This reaction is beyond acceptable. He's made it clear time and time again that he didn't love her. Like, dude, you practically hammered it into her that you weren't attracted to her, and now you're surprised she left. Really? Watching Kody panic and spiral is honestly a little satisfying. Christine spent years threatening to leave, and he didn't take her seriously. Now that she's engaged to someone else, I bet he's furious. He thought no one would ever want her, that she was horrible, and yet here we are, she's moving on, and Kody can't handle it. But let's pause and think about this. You didn't like her, you weren't attracted to her, you barely spent time with her and her kids, and you openly listed all of her flaws. And now that she leaves, you're throwing a tantrum and acting like you've been betrayed. It's honestly baffling. All of this rage over a bruised ego. He didn't even flip out this much when Mary was dealing with her catfish scandal, and that had to sting his massive ego too. It's bizarre to watch him fall apart over a woman he didn't even want in the first place. I read a theory somewhere that Kody's anger might actually be because Christine took the proceeds from their house. Apparently, he took his name off the title for something financial related to Usable's surgery. So when only Christine's name was on the title, she walked away with the money. But maybe it's deeper than that. Maybe he actually did love her, and the idea of her giving up on him is eating him up inside. Kody just can't seem to think past the present moment. He's always focused on the now, not the future. So when he makes these wild, irrational comments, he's only thinking about what's good for his ratings, not the long-term damage he's causing to his family. The fallout from this will last way longer than the cameras are rolling, and I don't think he even sees that. And don't even get me started on the hypocrisy. He acts like he's so devastated by his divorce from Christine, yet he had no problem not being married to Mary anymore. He left her, but keeps saying it's only the women who can leave. When he talks about his wives, it's always Robyn and Janelle, never Mary. He told Mary they weren't even married anymore, but somehow, when it's Christine leaving, it's a personal betrayal. Classic Kody double standard. If Kody and Robyn are having marital issues, let's not pretend it's because he's picking fights over dumb things. Please. The real problem is that Kody can't stop talking about Christine. It's like he's obsessed with her, and it's happening all day, every day. Ex-wife #3 has clearly taken up permanent residence in Kody's brain 24/7, 365 days a year. Can you imagine how frustrating that must be for Robyn, who literally erased Christine and her kids from the family portrait and replaced them with herself and her kids? Kept Kody from rushing to Christine's side when she was giving birth to Truly. Convinced Kody to stay away from Usable's surgery, and it worked, leaving Christine to fend for herself. Robyn did such a stellar job at pushing Christine out of the family that now Kody can't seem to get over her, and that's the real issue in Robyn's marriage. It's gotta be a total joy for Robyn to deal with the constant reminder of Christine and their leaves. Like, Christine is everywhere. Robyn's got Christine's ghost haunting her house, and it's the perfect irony. Christine really was the glue that held the family together. Look at all the kids and adults who still flock to her, while no one wants to hang around with an angry Kody and his perpetually weepy wife. Robyn might have wanted Christine gone, but now, every day, she has to live with Kody obsessing over her. It's like Christine is the telltale heart in their marriage, and I'm absolutely here for it. And let's talk about how Kody just can't stop mentioning Christine. People give her grief for making snarky comments on Instagram during episodes, but hello, it's her job. She's literally being prompted on the show to talk about Kody. Meanwhile, Kody can't go 5 minutes without dragging her name into every conversation. Maybe it's time we hold him to the same standard. I just watched the episode of Kody and Robyn's wedding, and one moment really stood out to me. When Kody says goodbye to each wife, he has this personal, intimate moment with Mary. But guess who swoops in to make it all about her? Robyn. She steps in, interrupts their moment, and hugs Mary just to take Kody away for their moment. I don't know about you, but to me, that felt like Robyn claiming the title of head wife. What a move. And here's the real kicker for Kody. Christine's living her best life. She's got a fresh start with her new family, Janel, and the Kids. Plus, the media is calling her a reality TV megastar. Meanwhile, Kody's stuck in this boring existence with Robyn, her kids who are still waiting to launch, and his non-existent business empire. Talk about a tough pill to swallow. His once perfect life with all of his wives is crumbling, and now he's just another guy who got dumped by 3 wives and a bunch of kids, while he's left to figure out how to make a living. It's safe to say he's not exactly on top of the world anymore. Christine was incredibly harsh to Mary, and it's often highlighted that Mary didn't back Christine after she left Kody, especially when Mary casually said, "I'm glad Kody said it," in response to Kody's cruel remarks about Christine. But what about how Christine completely ignored Mary after the whole catfish fiasco? Let's not forget that years of neglect and mistreatment, which Christine also later experienced in Flagstaff before leaving, ultimately led to the catfish scandal and the end of Kody and Mary's marriage. Kody himself admitted that neglect was the root cause of everything falling apart. Christine knew full well about Kody's mistreatment of Mary, and yet, how did she respond? By cozying up to Robyn, becoming her new best friend. She got even closer to Kody and couldn't resist bragging about their amazing relationship in Vegas, like Mary's emotional turmoil didn't exist. And as if that wasn't bad enough, Christine continued to kick Mary when she was already down by, telling Mary she wasn't welcome at Maddie's birth, isolating Mary while pretending she wanted her around, guilt-tripping Mary into moving to Flagstaff with the family, only to push her away once they got there. Considering all of this, it's no surprise that Mary didn't support Christine after she left Kody. Christine was downright cruel to Mary, and it doesn't get talked about enough. Honestly, the whole thing is a mess. I may be late to the party, but I blame Kody for everything. I don't have all the details of who did what to whom, but Kody managed to hurt 13 kids and 3 wives, all while Robyn just sat back enjoying the chaos. The OG3 were all cast aside by Kody and watched their children get mistreated while Robyn's kids were living the good life. I'm not going to trash Mary, Christine, or Janel. They were victims too. The real villain here is Kody, and Robyn gets the assist. I get it, but being on a reality show like this adds a whole different level of pressure. Let's face it, most couples on reality shows don't make it. Look at the Barkers, KH Lowe and Lamer, Jessica and Nick Lachey, John and Kate +8, etc. It seems like either couples already in a rocky spot sign up for these shows, or the pressure from being under a microscope is the final straw. But honestly, none of those women ever really supported each other. Janel and Christine might be friends now, but it wasn't always like that. They were always competing for Kody's attention and, let's be real, trying to be his favorite. They didn't hesitate to throw each other under the bus to stay in his good graces. In the end, it's all Kody's fault. Not the point of your post, but I thought it was weird that people were talking about how Maddie didn't want Mary there. When I watched, Maddie seemed to not want anyone there except Caleb. It kind of bugged me that everyone stayed just because she didn't outright kick them out during labor. I would have liked to see someone step up and ask everyone to leave. But I guess Maddie didn't seem to care after the fact, so maybe I misread it. Kody's sudden obsession with the idea that the OG3 are trashed talking him to their kids is, well, it's pretty telling. I've been wondering for a while now what's behind it, and I've come to a conclusion. He spends so much time with Robyn and her kids that he probably thinks it's totally normal for moms to gossip about their husbands and stir up drama with their children. Robyn does it constantly, telling her kids how to feel about everyone in the family. So, of course, Kody assumes that's what every mom is doing. And then there's his whole obsession with infantilizing his older kids. He's always accusing them of being manipulated by their mothers and parroting whatever they've been told. Instead of recognizing that his kids are adults who can think for themselves, Kody just assumes they're all mindlessly repeating whatever their moms say. It's not surprising, though, given that even the adult children in Robyn's household are treated like they're still in diapers. When you listen to a narcissist, you start to notice something. They're always telling stories about things that happened to them. Kody's whole rant about the OG3. Yeah, it's really just a reflection of what's happening in his home, not theirs. Honestly, it's not surprising that Robyn and Kody talk the other moms in front of the kids. It's basically their whole routine. Remember last season when Ari told Christine that she needed to start dating? Classic example of Robyn's influence on the kids. Now, here's the kicker. Kody's constantly blaming the moms for poisoning the kids' minds because the last time he had any real presence in the lives of the older kids, they were still living with their moms. He's been so absent that he has no idea what's been going on with them as they've grown up. He's stuck in this weird cognitive disconnect. Objectively, he knows his kids are scattered across the country, but he knows almost nothing about their lives now. The only reference point he has is when they were younger and still living at home, so he assumes that's how it works for everyone else. But what does that look like? His kids still living at home, or visiting constantly, being babied, and being taught to play the victim. Oh, and of course, he and Robyn openly trash-talk the other parents. So yeah, Kody either consciously or subconsciously assumes that's what's happening in every other family too. This season just seals it. Kody found out that his daughter had moved away, and it was a total shock to him. He had no clue what was going on with his own kids. All he has to go off of is his outdated memories of them as little kids who still relied on mom. And when he found out, how did he react? Of course, he jumped straight into defensive mode, calling it punishment and accusing Christine and Janelle of being petty and scheming. But in reality, they were just helping one of the kids out. It's a classic Kody move: deflect, blame, and completely miss the point. The early seasons of Sister Wives, where the subtle art of hypocrisy was honed to perfection. Kody, of course, took the brunt of the criticism for driving a two-door convertible, because nothing screams family man like a sporty, impractical ride. But here's a fun little nugget. Meri also drives a two-door convertible. What a surprise! Maybe it was Kody's hand-me-down after he ditched the infamous white sports car for something flashier. The plot thickens. Meanwhile, the other wives are cruising around in their beat-up minivans, desperately trying to wrangle a small army of kids in bags of groceries. But Meri, oh, she's clearly in a different league, driving around in a car that's clearly not designed for family road trips. Because why would she be driving anyone else's kids or carpooling? That would be too communal for her, wouldn't it? It's pretty obvious. Meri was already living in her own little world, long before the show cameras started rolling. By the time we see her in her sewing room, blissfully sewing away while the other moms juggle the chaos of chores and kids, it's pretty clear that Meri had emotionally checked out. Maybe she put a lock on her door and sequestered herself until the sweet show money started flowing in. Then, voila, she magically reappears to play mom for the cameras. Now, let's talk about her so-called parenting contributions, according to their book. Apparently, Meri was all about equality when it came to childcare, splitting it with Christine. She did it all: meals, sewing, homeschooling, even breastfeeding Maddie. But once they moved into their one home in Lehi, she suddenly became much less involved in the actual parenting department. In fact, she worked more and contributed financially, but let's be real, her mothering game dropped off. Still, I don't think we should completely erase her early efforts just because the show makes her look like a distant participant. As for her relationship with Janelle and Christine, well, the vibes were clearly not great. The wives did not get along, which isn't surprising given the twisted nature of their ideology, where women are basically set up to compete for Kody's attention. Oh, and by the way, Janel was married to Mary's brother. That's some real family drama right there. And let's not forget the car situation. Remember that bonus car Kody got when Mary was working the marketing company gig during the early Vegas years? Yeah, that white convertible was passed around like a hot potato before they sold it. But Mary never actually owned a convertible. Shocking, I know. But hey, what's a little family car shuffle between reality TV stars? And finally, oh yes, the piece de resistance, Kody's Harley in Lahai. Because nothing says we're struggling to make ends meet with a giant family quite like a motorcycle. No reasonable justification for that when you're scrambling for the basics, right? But hey, priorities. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.